Now, Way 31 Storm Tracker meteorologist Grace Anello with 31 Triple Doppler.
Good morning. All right, take a look. As you're heading outside this morning, grab your heavy winter coat. For the first time in a while, you're going to need it. I even needed my gloves this morning. Out the door temperatures a little bit breezy, sitting at 40 degrees and feeling a little bit colder than that 40 as well. 547 on your Monday. 31 Triple Doppler showing very dense cloud cover, and that's going to stick around. Not even just today, but in fact for the remainder of the work week. Those temperatures sitting in those upper 30s and low 40s this morning. As we head into the afternoon, we're going to reach a high temperature well cooler than what we've been used to, sitting at 53 degrees. This is about 20 degrees colder than we were each day last week. However, this is exactly pinpoint on average. So it's a bit of a shock to the system, but it's right where we should be. By lunchtime today, we're only sitting in the upper 40s. So make sure you send those kiddos out to the bus stop with an extra jacket. They're going to need it, not just this morning, but all day long. Tuesday and Wednesday are our next weather makers. Torrential rain and a few embedded thunderstorms, and it all starts before the sun even rises on Tuesday. Very, very light rain for us early risers around 4 o'clock in the morning. By 7:30, torrential downpours stretching into the shoals and starting to cross over I-65. At that point, many of us that live from Skyline to Huntsville to Haleyville and Northwest, you're going to have a very soggy morning commute first thing on Tuesday. All of us have a very soggy lunchtime on Tuesday, so I would consider bringing your lunch to work with you so you don't have to head out and about in this weather that's going to be, in fact, quite torrential. We will keep that heavy rain through the time you're heading home from work. At that point, it gets out of the system, but we're left with widespread and scattered lighter rain. So we're not seeing those torrential downpours, but we are far from dry. That lighter rain does stick around with us even into bedtime on Tuesday. We'll keep the cloud cover, but we'll dry out overnight. However, don't get too used to it. It doesn't last long. By 5 o'clock now on Wednesday morning, tracking some very heavy rain pushing up towards the Tennessee River. Then that continues to stick with us as you're heading out the door to work as well. So many of us going to have longer, slower, and soggier commutes to work both Tuesday and Wednesday morning. Very heavy rain does stick around into the afternoon. At this point, even heavier than what we saw on Tuesday. We could be introducing some strong thunderstorms, especially in our southern counties. From there, we see this line develop where we could see even some very strong thunderstorms, flashes of lightning as well, sticking with us again through your evening commute home. A little bit of rain left over Wednesday night. But after your commute on Wednesday, many of us will sit dry. Now, we are not presently in a severe weather risk for Wednesday afternoon and evening, but take a look. A level 1 out of 5 is butting up right next to our counties. So make sure you stay updated with me. Check back in first thing tomorrow morning. I'll let you know if that needs to change, if we have to increase that risk a little farther north. At that point, it would encompass at least some of our southern counties. Between Tuesday and Wednesday, what am I tracking? Up to 5 inches of rain for several of us. So a whole lot of heavy downpours heading into the mix. Honestly, that's something I always like to see right before we get to planting season. We're going to keep it in the 50s through Wednesday. Major cool off Thursday at just 44. We're waking up in the 20s on Valentine's Day, and then we're staying chilly for much of the rest of the 10-day forecast.